Assalamualaikum and very good morning. I am Azman and I'm Syed We are news reporter from the documentary film. Today we are going to discuss and explain about work-related issue with our topic, job stress in education. What is stress? What do you know by workplace stress? Workplace stress is the harmful physical and emotional response that occur when there is a poor match between job demand and the capability, resources or need of worker. Job stress can damage nerves, keep you up at night, contribute to health problems such as heart desire and desperation. The president of American Institute of Stress said, chronic job strain can put both of your physical and emotional health at risk. So now, come and let us watch the video of job stress in education.
Two practicum teachers are on their way to the headmistress' room to register themselves on their first day of school. The headmistress invited them to have their seats. They introduced themselves. After the introduction, the headmistress introduces both of them to Syed and Azman. They greet each other. At the same time, Syed's eyes are staring at Shima. The headmistress instructed Syed to give up the task to both of them. Shah is given a heavy load of tasks while Miss Shima is given a lighter one. Obviously, discrimination and bias has occurred just because Syed has taken a natural liking to Miss Shima. Shima cannot understand part of her task, so she calls Syed to explain everything. Syed walks slowly over and asks Shah to stand up and sit next to Azman while asking him to do his job and give his seat to him. Shah feels depressed and stressed out. After the distribution and an explanation from Syed to Shima was done, Syed stand up and sit the other side of Shima. Syed tries to tackle her by asking her for dinner. He tries to put in force, but Shima declines his offer. A few minutes later, the headmistress emerged from her room. Syed is surprised, so he walks away from Shima. Azman and Syed are giving their reports to the headmistress to be evaluated for job promotion. Azman explains about his report.
Okay, kalau macam tu saya minta dulu. Alright.
As soon as Azman leaves the headmistress room, Syed starts slandering Azman by informing the headmistress that Azman's report is done by him, while in actual fact it is untrue. The headmistress has made a wrong judgment and decision by listening to Syed's words and not investigating the truth. So, Syed is promoted while actually he is not fit and eligible to be given the post. Instead, Azman should be the one to be promoted. Azman is dissatisfied and disappointed with the headmistress' decision. He walks away after that.
Thank you, Azman. So let us continue. Stress can cause changes in those experiencing it. In some cases, there are clear signs that people are experiencing stress at work, and this can be identified easily. Action can be taken before the pressure becomes a. This may make it easier to reduce and eliminate the causes. In many cases, changes may only be noticeable to the person subject to the stress, and so it's also important to look how you do telling and try to identify an potential issue you may have as early as possible and take positive to address them. This may be reaching to matter with a line manager, taking to a occupational healthy professional. I want to show you the responses from questions posted by our interviewer. They are a teacher from primary school, secondary school, and lecturer.
Assalamualaikum. Today we are going to interview one of an English teacher relate our topic, job stress under education. Let me introduce. Go. Assalamualaikum. Let me introduce. This is Madam NORIATI Binti Kamaruddin from Sekolah Bukit Sekilau, Sekolah Kebahasaan Bukit Sekilau. Okay. Let's begin. First question. In your opinion, what do you think of job stress and its definition?
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Job stress, in my opinion, is too much worry or too much workload.
Okay.
Yes, I've had experience before regarding job stress during my teaching career.
Okay. Alright. In your life, have you ever experienced it? Means irregular bias or
yeah, I understand. I think in any form, in any career, whether it be teaching or other professional careers such as doctors or lawyers, there should be there had happened. I mean,
bias.
Discrimination, peer rivalry, whereby maybe one is trying to pursue for another post, a higher post, and then sort of backstabbing or slandering, so that he'll be able to get the post. Something like that. It did happen, and I think at present also it is still happening.
Can we know how do you control the effect of job stress?
Effect of job stress.
Ah.
Alright. Say if it is regarding workload, I think we have to do our job according to priority. What comes first, based on deadline or whatever, what is more important should be put on top of the list, and then later on the others. Then you'll be able to cope with the workload. So you shouldn't be having any stress at all, right? And then probably if you do have say peer problem, problems with friends, I think what you do is you have to, or what I did was iron things out, alright. Try to work things out, and then put in effort, determination, and maybe some sacrifices, and then the rest you leave it to God, leave it to Allah to settle. Right?
That's all.
I think that's all.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Madam, for your comprehension and understanding, especially. Okay.
You're always welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our second video is an interview with a retired senior government officer with vast experience in his job career. Alright, Assalamualaikum Tuan. Okay, this is Tuan Haji Ismail bin Haji Muda. I would like to ask you a few questions about job stress issues. Okay, let's begin with our first questions. In your opinion, Tuan, what do you think of job stress and its definition?
Okay, in short, when you say stress, of course it's related to something like pertaining to hardship, your pressure, constraint and difficulties you encounter in your job. So stress can be good at times. When you have little stress, it's good, because when you have little stress, it leads to motivation. Everybody experience stress, but we don't want when it is too much stress. When we couldn't cope up, then too much stress will lead to depression. So you must know to overcome stress when it comes to you. Then, as I said just now, one little stress is good to you, because it may lead to you more motivated, more motivation in your job. Everybody experiences stress. If you don't experience stress, that means you are not man.
Right. Thank you, Tuan. Okay, thank you, Tuan. How do you control the effect of job stress?
Yes, stress can be controlled by certain element. When you can put in certain elements, say, first thing I think discipline. Discipline, when you have self-discipline in your work, then time management, how you manage your time. You can set your work right according to priorities. So when you have too much work, you set your priority right. Which is your first priority? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this should be the first priority. You should average your priority. Then you can control stress. And then learn the technique of stress management. How to overcome stress? There's a technique. You got to learn that stress management technique. I think in universities they teach you this. And then say discipline yourself. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. Don't be arrogant. Or then you discuss. When you discuss with your co-workers, your friends, or with your boss, then when you have problems and you're stressed, don't keep it to yourself. You got to have other advice, get some advice from people, and then exchange your views, experiences, but don't keep to yourself. You discuss things. How to, if you have so much, how to tackle this work. Discuss your boss. discuss with your or headmaster or whoever. Then how to control the last one is what? After all these efforts, the last one is of course as Muslim we should doa to God, that you can overcome all these things and your work become perfect.
Done with my questions. Anyway, thank you so much for the information and your experience, Tuan. Nice to meet you.
Okay, this is Miss Kasturi, a lecturer from University College Saputra, right? Okay. So I want to ask you some question for my assignment.
Okay.
So the first question is, in your opinion, what do you think about job stress and its definition?
Okay, if you ask me about job stress, I think job stress is like working under pressure, where you have a lot of works impending, probably, maybe too many works that you cannot handle at one time, and then I guess you can't take it at that extent. To that extent, you can't take it. That is, I think, in my opinion, job stress mean. Okay.
Okay. For the second question is, have you ever experienced it? Means like you ragging, bias, power crazy.
Okay. I won't say ragging, bias, or power, but I'll say it will be more to bullying. Okay, bullying new staff. Okay, I have experienced that before in my previous place, where the senior staff or senior colleague, they tend to bully the newcomers because they say I'm the senior, right? So you have to follow everything that I say. So they gave us they gave the new staffs their work. So we have to do like our work and their work as well. So that is a pressure for new, since it's new place, new environment, and we have to do extra work. It becomes a stress for me, basically.
Okay. And the last question is, how do you control the effect of job stress?
Okay, very easy. I have 3 ways to handle my stress. The first one is to listen to music, very loud music maybe. That sounds are very nice sounds. The second one, I'll go out to get some fresh air, see some sceneries, trees, green things, will make me calm. And the third one, the best one that I always do until now, is by watching comedy movies in the gap that is given, even like 10 to 15 minutes. I'll make sure that I laugh while watching the movie. After I have laughed, and then I'll start back to do my work. It's really effective. Right, I've downloaded many comedy movies, so whenever I'm stressed out with my job, I'll watch the movies for a while, then I continue back my work.
Okay, so that's all only question for me. So thank you, Miss Kasturi.
Okay, no problem. Welcome.
Assalamualaikum, and thank you Cik Azman and Cik Syed for the introduction. So we come back to continue with our conclusion. I'm Maida Shakirin Amazani.
And I'm Hashima binti Ismail.
For our conclusion, the demand for efficiency and resting with time at work often creates a certain amount of stress to us. Employer and employees should look at the issue of stress positively and work together to build a good and harmonious working atmosphere to minimize the negative effect of work.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Mai. Okay, as you can hear from the video just now, job stress can occur anytime, anywhere, and anyhow. So in order to rectify all the mistakes found, one should learn how to manage stress
learn how to cope with stress by, firstly, you can rank work according to priority, and secondly, instill all the moral values in oneself. When you have the moral values in yourself, there won't be any discrimination, bias, problems with colleagues, sexual harassment, and so on. Try to learn give and take among colleagues. So, try to think positive and always remember, don't do unto others if you don't want to be done unto you. So, hopefully, you guys will gain some benefit from our film scene. Thank you so much for watching. Assalamualaikum.
Salam.